drive wheel brake is still not open, then this will create a load drop. This will get into more detail. Then brake open torque source is brake torque memory. We have this functionality of brake torque memory. So during the last closing of the brake, it will remember the brake torque in the memory and it will use the same. Here again same thing, brake close delay. Here again we have to put the parameter which is physical closing time of the brake. Brake close level, this is very important parameter. The brake close level here by default it is 30 rpm. We had put 45 rpm, and even if you are now, in case you are not using encoder, it will be much higher than that. Here the purpose of brake close level is the brake close command will go from the drive once the drive has reached up to this rpm. So for once the drive, it will not wait for drive to bring to 0 rpm or the motor to bring to 0 rpm. It will bring it to 45 rpm and it will give the brake command, close command. Then again this brake close level delay, and then brake reopen delay. These are another parameter which we need to change. Here it is 0.2 second for brake close level delay, and then brake reopen delay is 0.4 second. That will discuss into detail in Excel sheet. Will show immediately after this, so it will be easy to understand. Particularly this mechanical brake parameter. What does it mean by putting, why to put this value, and how these values are arrived. So as of now we are just showing what are the parameter we need to check. Then we'll go to the Excel sheet where we'll see what are the parameter we need to set, what is the band, what is the value, and what is the significance of that. So this is important parameter, torque proving, which is by default disabled. It has to be enabled. So torque proving, anyway, in earlier session also we explained the usage of torque proving. Then torque proving reference, it is by default it is 25%. So here some reason it is given done for this particular site as 20%, maybe for the faster operation as per the customer requirement. But our recommendation is let it be 25% or make it 30%. Unless and until customer is telling that okay, my operation is slow and all that, I want much faster operation, better to stick to by default value of 25% or increase it to 30% on the option. Then brake system check time. So this is again we can go for 100 millisecond also. Just to remind on the brake torque proving sequence, just a quick reminder so that you will understand. Once you are giving a start command to the drive, first this will, we had put the earlier magnetization time in the other parameter. So first it will take that much of time to magnetize the motor. After that it will give this particular torque reference to the motor. Still there is no brake open command, anything is not available. Only torque proving sequence, it is just a sequence at the time of each and every start. So for example here it is given 20%, so it will give a 20% torque reference to the motor and see that the motor is able to develop that torque. So that means the motor is healthy, system is healthy, and the encoder installed. If there is any slippage, it will trip on the brake fault. That means there is a slippage. If no slippage is there, torque proving is fine, then it will go for the start. Here this is very important. Brake system check time. Here by default it is 300 milliseconds. This is quite long. We can go up to 500 milliseconds. That is sufficient. So this will make sure you know now your magnetization time you had set in the parameter, your brake system check time. So for example, your magnetization time is 300 milliseconds. Your brake system check time is 500 milliseconds. So once you give the start command, bare minimum you have to wait for 800 milliseconds plus your brake open time, open delay, 0.6 second. So you have to add all this. Then your actual physical operation of the motor will start after this much of delay. This is the time, again I will repeat, this is the time mechanical brake itself required to open. Don't get confused that this is a relay a delay from the relay. Once you are giving a command to the relay for the brake open, it is the drive which is waiting for mechanical brake to open. It is not once you give the output command for the brake from the relay, this delay is not applied there. Please don't get confused. This is the time for which drive is waiting before starting the operation. So other parameter need not to change. These parameter takes implement and other thing. See, this is one more feature we can use extended runtime. Most of the time you can use, you can avoid also. So this will keep the motor magnetic. If the customer asks, okay, I want to operate more faster and want to avoid the delay in magnetization, then you can use this extended runtime. This will avoid that delay of 500 milliseconds at each start, even during the engine operation. Then this is brake long fault delay. This is before it give any fault or anything, it will wait for this much of time. So by default it is 10 seconds, but if you wait for 10 seconds, everything can go down. So reduce it to 5 seconds. So it will wait only for 5 seconds, understand that this brake is not working and give it fault. So monitoring and scaling, no use, leave it. Speed scaling, you can check what is there. Anyway, it is by default 1500 RPM, so you can put your actual RPM. That's all. Then speed match. This is a function, very important function, but need not to touch and disable it. Let it be enabled. It is by default enabled with all the set parameter set. This is just for your information. Then other high-end application we are not discussing today, that is hoist speed optimization. Conical motor control is very rare nowadays. Anti-sway we are not discussing high-end. Then external anti-sway anyway, it is another topic at all. Then synchronous control, smooth leading, these are the high-end application which we are not discussing today. Because our last session was mainly on the basic train features. So this is the continuation of same with the basic train feature commissioning or parameterization. Then here we have encoder setting. So once we go for feedback, we need to select motor feedback. It is by default estimate. So here we can select encoder 1. Then coming down, module type FAN31, we are using FAN31, that is HTL encoder. Then module location, it depends on, it is by default slot 2, you can check slot 1 is available to whatever you can select, not a issue. Then here it comes the encoder 1 configuration. So encoder type you check and put HTL, most nowadays people are using HTL. And this is based on the encoder data sheet. Whatever encoder is installed, you can put the pulse per revolution. Then hardware configuration, this is important. Supply voltage, not given, you have to select 380 to 415 volt if you are using a dash 3 drive or dash 5 drive accordingly, or dash 7 is rare case, but you can change it. Then control board supply, you can check if customer is giving external 24 volt supply, because somebody is using 880 or high-end application, definitely they will give this external 24 volt. So from internal you can change it to external if available. Then system anyway, language, it will be by default English, no issues. Then motor control, very important. So, okay, here it is, all are preset, nothing to change. User motor parameter, it will take automatically, nothing to do. So this is just the set of parameter which we need to now we'll go to the parameter list. That will be giving us more clarity. Now, which will elaborate more on the parameterization with the remark what we have to do. Then this Excel sheet we will share. We'll add 380 also. It is yet to be done, completely done. So this Excel sheet will be sharing. Group 99 motor data. So the parameter has to be set as per requirement. That is as per the motor data sheet available motor nameplate rating. So all parameter has to be set. I can put a comment here also. See, as per motor data sheet it has to be, and do not deviate from the motor nameplate rating. Even it is odd also, 50 point something frequency, 50.4, 50.5 or 49.8, whatever it is mentioned in the nameplate rating, please do not deviate. Please put all those data as it is, do not change it. And ID run, normal ID run only, stand still and other ID run is not allowed for hoist application. Allowed means it will not restrict, but it will not give you the result. It is always recommended to do with the decoupled. Worst case, you can go, if encoder is there, you can go with coupled motor also, with the hook going up and down. That can be done. Then hardware configuration, again same thing. This is given in the parameter what we discussed. Based on this, you have to change the parameter. For dash 3 drive it is mentioned. Then we have to go to group number 20. So we had listed down the number of groups, and we are focusing only on those parameters which you need to change. Or there are some parameters which you do not to change, but for information it is put there. So with this Excel sheet you can commission hoist drive without high-end features. So again start stop direction, this is the basic. Then the external one command, so it will be anyway one source, that is DI3, DI4 that you can select, because DI1, DI2 can be selected, but again you need to change a lot of things if you are selecting DI1 and DI2. As for the crane software, it is configured for something else, then again you need to reconfigure. So better to go with DI3 and DI4. And then slow down select, it is double bit because two limit switch top and bottom both are installed. Then slow down input DI5 and DI6, it is inactive, DI5 and DI6. Then start stop, this is just for no need to change this first parameter, that is start mode. Then this is important, magnetization time, 300 millisecond is usually okay. Typically 7 times of the motor kilowatt. So if you want to go with 7 times of the motor kilowatt, you can go with that, or you have a beautiful table in the manual given based on the kilowatt what should be the magnetization time of the motor. Then zero speed limit. This is basically in the RPM. Here the comment is clearly given. Below this it will go to post stop. So it means motor. So once you are giving the stop command, it is ramping down that deaccelerating motor. So at below 30 RPM it will post stop. Then then zero speed delay. This will enable to remember the rotor position. This is more useful when you are using encoder. Then DC hold speed, that it will make sure that below 3 RPM it will not rotate automatically. Then no need to change this thing. See, auto restart, you can put it to 0 as discussed. Then this is important, speed reference selection. For 880, this is we are configured for 4 speed for the hoist application. You can go for more number of speed. Here you have the slow down reference. So here we can go with 10% of the nominal speed.